I'm going to ask you to prayerfully consider taking all of this homework and opening the book and passing the test and letting democracy rule from the day they installed you and you took a God-fearing oath to represent the people of Potter and Randall County. And so, in God, we trust this commission to make the right decision.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. Please come up.
Kathy Altman. Well, we still live in a country where we can have opposing views, so I know some of us have been criticized when we questioned your plans, that we don't have any vision or we don't have any faith, and I feel like we do. We just like to temper it with some realism in this economy that we live in today. And I know the commissioners in the past, and I'm sure y'all now, are doing an excellent job of keeping our bond rating up there. I know you announced several sessions ago how that we are, rated very well up there on the scale of bonds, and I just want us to keep there. And so there are some of us who are concerned. I wasn't one that called Ellen, but I would have been, that said, yes, downtown the convention hotel and improve the civic center. Those two things in the first phase. And then you could have most of those events that you're going to have at this MPV. You wouldn't have the baseball stadium, but we still have a stadium that we can use. In fact, I'm going tonight if we get out on time to go there. But I feel like we've got to be careful with our finances and continue to be. I think the council has been in the past, and I hope you continue to be. One of the things that really bothers me, and I know it's been passed over and said this isn't a new program, but the EB5, it looks like you're accounting on that to be about 50% of the shortfall. And I'm highly against the city participating in a program where people buy their way into our country. I mean, it depends on if you got $500,000 to plunk down, then you're going to get at the front of the line instead of somebody who maybe has waited to become an immigrant to our country. I don't think that's right. And I know last night it was said, well, technically the city is not making the arrangements or whatever, but that's just semantics. If we participate in it, then we participate in it. And when we're talking about half of the shortfall being funded by people that are buying their way in to be citizens, I don't think it's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Altman, I would tell you that I was privileged to be able to present in the bonding issuance last time when we presented about Mesa. We actually previewed this to those bonding agents. They were curious about what our future was. I can tell you they were excited. And they followed that with upgrading us at the same time downgrading the federal government. I think that they are scrutinizing us very carefully. And I would tell you we will continue to scrutinize our efforts to achieve what you're talking about. I would tell you that I am pleased that with the vetting that's going to be done of this money that comes from foreign lands, I'd much rather see money come here than all our money go over there. Yeah. I'm happy to see that come here. I'm happy to see investment come to the United States, believing in our country and believing in our ability to grow that money. And these people could have picked a project that's 5 years, but because we're using new market tax credits, they're committing to 7 years because they believe in this hotel. And they have their choice, and they're taking a fraction of what they could earn on the open market. So they're investing in our country. And I'd encourage more people to invest in our country, and we'll leave it to the immigration and naturalization to put them to 30 lists to check their backgrounds. But I would tell you that if people have said, will they move to Amarillo? If they talk to me, I'll ask them to move here. If they've got $8 million of net worth, I want them to come here and start another business. So that's how I feel.
I'm not questioning that. I'm
Sure.
just saying that, should $8 million of net worth be able to buy your way in? That's my problem with it. I don't have a question with it, they wouldn't be vetted or so on. But
There are
I
going to
just-
be good immigrants that come here. It's not an illegal immigration. They will go through vetting, and they will come to this country. It's how we've grown this country. And I can't deny these people when they come with a good investment and a good heart and are tested and want to see our city grow. So I encourage them to come here. I'm not backing away from that one bit. We looked at EB-5 for a lot of things, but I will tell you, their nationality and their background, we leave to the federal government. And I don't think we have the ability to clear that, but we have the confidence that they're doing the job and we'll get the right monies here. And I'd hope they come and move here, start another business with some of the rest of that money they've got. I'd rather do that than send it to Asia or Japan or somewhere else.
I have a friend whose son-in-law has been trying to get here from Ireland for several years, and they spent lots of money, lots of time trying to work through the system. They don't have that many $1 million to contribute.
Understand. Thank you for your questions. Anyone else? Yes, sir. If you state your name and address, please.
Yes, sir. My name is Philip Petty. I live at 6804 Daniel Drive. Thank you for your time. Just like, if you would please be patient with me, I'm kind of timid, not so bold, but I do have some comments that I hope the commission and the audience will consider. As we all know, we're in bad economic times, and the gentleman at Wall Street keep claiming that this isn't going to be paid for by the public, but somehow we're going to reap all the benefits. It's going to be owned by the city. $80 million has to come from somewhere, and ticket prices and parking and all this other stuff, this has to happen after it's built. That money's got to come from somewhere to start with, and I see that as coming from the Amarillo public in the form of taxes and other things.
May I extend your time and try and answer that?
I'm sorry, sir?
May I extend your time and try and answer that question?
Absolutely.
It is not backed by the full faith and guarantee of the city government. It is a transaction Wallace Pajali's arranged with Civitas. They will fund this. We're not on the hook for that money. They are saying that the revenue streams that they have scrutinized and they've looked at will pay this back. And the fact is they're doing it with the idea they'll make money on these projects. So we have scrutinized very carefully the same question you're asking about. We have been very concerned about that. And I think all of us would agree that there is no, there can't force